We're coming at you from our new home base here in the Colorado mountains.
Yeah, when we started to look for property and knew we wanted to buy a home base, we really wanted a summer place.
Yep.
So that helped us narrow down the region and the areas that we were looking, and we weren't ready to give up RV life yet. So we wanted a place we could come in the summer and then still RV for at least, half the year, like the late fall, winter, and early spring. So that was really, honestly, one of our top reasons for looking for property. The summer season of RVing can be quite competitive. If you want to go to a national park or a state park, especially in the summer, it's so hard to get reservations. And as a full-timer, you really have to plan farther in advance than we really want to. So just the rise in the number of RVers and the limited supply of where to park, especially in the summer, was one of the reasons we just wanted part of the year where we didn't have to think about where we were going to park, planning ahead, getting a reservation, that whole thing. So yeah, limited parking is our number one reason that full-time RVers are buying property.
Number two for us was an investment. We don't really have an appreciating asset to speak of.
Yeah.
The bus is getting older, and our Jeep is also about as old. Actually, it's older than the bus.
Yeah.
So we were looking to be able to have something that can protect us over time, other than our retirement plans that we both have. Having this house has filled that check for us to make sure that we have an investment that will be with us for a long time.
The number three reason that we think full-time RVers are buying property is for storage. It's probably not a good enough reason all by itself to buy property, but it is probably one of the biggest benefits that we've seen so far. We've moved everything out of the bus, and amazingly, it filled a house.
It came with some furniture, but
yes. So we, just have everything we own in the bus. We've never owned a home together, and we never had a storage unit. So literally everything the two of us brought into our relationship went into our motorhome. And there's stuff in there that we aren't willing to part with, that also, like my library of heavy books, that we just don't need in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have it, but it doesn't need to be in the bus. So there's a bunch of seasonal things that will be really great to be able to store. We can store our ski gear here, all of our winter gear, even just Christmas decorations. Like I've had wrapping paper rolling around in the RV and we only use it once a year. It's just, that's not very good for RVing. So we're excited to have a place to store the things that don't need to go in the RV with us. And I think the bus is going to feel a lot better. It's just right now, every nook and cranny is packed and it all
Literally
fits. But you want something and you might have to dig for it and it can get frustrating. So I'm excited to streamline the bus organization.
Yep. Number four is bus maintenance. And we've lived in that thing for over 3 years now, full time, without taking a break.
Yeah.
So we've had floods, we've had all sorts of issues, sun damage, that we just have had to deal with while we're living in it. So being able to move our stuff out temporarily,
Yeah.
and actually get to work on it, like we have some renovations that we really want to do to the bus. We want to change some of the look of it to make it more of a home for us, and while we live in it, like we can't really do that to the full extent. So
It's very disruptive to do big renovations or repairs,
especially
when
the
you're
bedroom.
in it.
Yeah, like you want to
Yeah.
change something in the bedroom, and it's like, well, what do you do with the mattress?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the mattress is huge, so it doesn't go in the dirt outside. So this is giving us the opportunity to do everything that we need to maintain the bus, so we can keep RVing for many more years.
Yeah, I'd say the bus maintenance was something that wasn't a reason that we wanted to buy a property, but it's turned out to be a huge benefit now that we have it.
Yeah, and we have covered storage that is mostly covered for the bus. I would say like 90% of the bus is covered from rain and elements, which is awesome. So getting to have that for half the year or most of the year is going to be really nice.
Yeah, that of itself will maintain the bus. Being at RV parks and especially at boondocking locations, we've just never felt like we could totally empty the bus or even empty a section if we needed to repair something or paint or, it just has never felt like we could do a total overhaul of like cleaning and organizing, and now we're going to get to do that every year.
Yeah, I mean, mostly boondocking in the dirt, like you said,
Yeah.
but like when we were at RV parks, like most of them have rules for like what you can have in front of your RV.
You don't want to be those neighbors.
So you couldn't have your like mattress and couch just like sitting outside while you were working on demo or something like that. So this is a great opportunity for us to maintain the bus.
Our fifth and final reason is maybe the most important, I think, to both of us, and it actually has nothing to do with RVing, but we both love to host and have guests, family, and friends come to visit. And it was really hard to do that in the RV. It was hard to even coordinate visits, let alone hosting with family and friends while being on the road full time.
We mostly had to go to them,
Yes.
and that was just the way it was.
Yeah. Some of our best memories of the last year on the road were when my friend Jane came and traveled with us for a month. And yeah, it takes a little bit of preparation, but it was so fun to just share our RV life with someone else. And now we get to do that with our house. We picked a really beautiful vacation destination, and we're both just brimming with excitement to have people come and visit. And within 3 days of owning the house, we had our first guest. So shout out to Jesse and Melissa of Adventure Endeavor. We're so thrilled to have them visiting, and it's exactly why we bought the house.
Yep.
If we could host people was like the question we asked at every property that we looked at. It was like, well, where can our nieces and nephews sleep? And like, will Jameson's dad be comfortable here? And, those little things were always part of our decision. And how many RVs can we fit on the property?
Yep, exactly.
So we're super thrilled to have a property, and we're pretty glad that it's a summer place where we'll still get to RV for at least half the year. And we hope to host lots of RVers to come and visit us here. And so that's our top 5 reasons why we chose to buy a property as a full-time RVer. And we're, still kind of consider ourselves full-timers, but we'll be here at least a few months. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, did you guys choose to purchase a home base for your RV?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below what your reasons were.